Hi there. Welcome to another conversation. I'm so excited to be interviewing a friend, business partner, woman of faith, someone that I really like working with and had the pleasure of just wrapping up a book. And I thought that it was so interesting the way that things came about. And I figured, hey, let's have a conversation about how we were able to combine both our expertises and allow each other to be on our own lane so we can thrive doing the thing that we enjoy doing the most. So I'm going to let her introduce herself to you. Joany, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today, Catherine. I am super excited. It has begun, right? We're done and we're just getting started at the same time. So my name is Joany Nunez. Catherine and I are business partners. We're working together on our book that we finally accomplished, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm a financial advisor. I've been doing this for over the last 6 years, going on 7. This coming November, yay! We help families, guys. My goal is to basically help individuals become properly protected, debt-free, and plan for the future. And when I connected with Catherine, I talked to her about the urgency and how excited I was about, the things that I know, and I wanted to just put a book together to share with other entrepreneurs. And here we are today, and now we have wrapped up the book, and we're going to give you guys more info on how I got started and how she was able to help me.
That's right. I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah. So this is the skinny. I'm gonna give you guys a quick background, and then I'll ask Joany some questions about the process because we tried it different ways. When we first started talking, she's like, I want to write a book. And I remember we had the meeting and like, okay, just do this and that. And then, I went off on my way and she was doing her thing. And the way her business is set up, she's got people that she has to train on a regular basis. And I didn't really understand how busy she was. Now, this is easy for me. I've written a few books before. So I'm thinking if I give her the outline, the title, and I gave her homework, she's going to be able to do it. So what happened from that first book? And I'm like, I just said, okay, do this, da, 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 da. And then, I was waiting for it to happen. What were you doing? Or what was the thing that was like overwhelming for you?
So guys, exactly what she said. She said, do this, and it will be whoosh, done right away, right? And I was like, okay, I'll do it. But little did I know that for her, things that come so easy. For me, I'm like, yeah, I'll get it done, and kept on pushing it off. Every time I started one part, I had to either stop, train someone, introduce them to the process, of how to get themselves, licensed, right? Because when individuals come on board with our organization that want to do what I do part-time, nothing is ever part-time. There's a lot of dedication that goes into it. And when you first get started, it's like the consistency of being with that person from beginning to end for the first 30 days, right? And then I had the book to write and I had people to train. And then those other people that were already trained, they were ready to get started and go visit clients. And I completely forgot that I still had the book to do at the back end. And I want to say that I kept on pushing it off. And the same way that Catherine told me just do X, Y, and Z, I kind of like started off the outline, but never put in the other parts that were missing to actually give you the step-by-step to how to start, where to go, how to actually look, right? And she told me to do X, Y, and Z, and I did it. And she's like, well, where's the rest of it, right?
Yeah, what's happening? I kept thinking, what's happening, right? Because I'm like, I'm giving you deadlines. I told you how to get started. I gave you all the tools. And that's what happens with different clients, right? They will come to me and they'll have different needs. Some people just need the outline and they need a schedule to write and they're going to be able to get it done. Other people, like Joany, are too busy. Like they know what they want to write. They have the expertise already. They know what they want to say, but they're being pulled from different directions. Or it's not something that they really like. I love this. This is like, I live this. Like I'm writing all the time. I'm looking always to help other authors. So for me, it's like, what's the problem? Like, just get it done. Just like, listen, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I got these businesses. She moved to a new state. And I'm like, yeah, what's your point?
Well, for Catherine, it's more like she loves it. And for me, I love it as well. But my thing is, I'm more of a hands-on person. I'm gonna take you by the hand and carry you and do it for you from beginning to end, which is not bad, but it's just that each and one of us works slightly different. And we're able to meet each other halfway. And if I did not connect it with her, I don't think you will have this blessing in your life, which you're about to get in the next coming days, right, Kat? It's the countdown.
Yeah.
You're already counting down.
It's the countdown. Yeah, and the funny thing is, it was a perfect combination, right? Because she needed to write this book because many people needed, and that was a goal that she had. But at the same time, I needed the book. Like, she was trying to share with me how to build business credit for this business, and she was giving it to me. And now I need a process. Like, I need a list. I need like in step by step. And I'm like, okay, what does this book add? You're giving me pieces, like little pieces here and there.
Pieces there.
Right. So I was like, okay, obviously the first way is not working. This is what we're gonna do. I didn't even ask her. I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. Because sometimes
she took charge.
Yeah.
I completely agree. For me, it's like, this is her strength, and she took charge where she knew that, she could put in the work and help me pull through, right? And probably get it together, which I did. The moment she took action and just structure and created, like, this is what we got to do, and this is what you're going to be doing right now, so we can speed up the process, I actually delivered to her. And I feel like, for all of us, we all work different ways, and we have to be very genuine and open to actually express ourselves, as in, this is what I do. Like, be more open-minded, and if you're going to have a business partner, you have to communicate on all levels, right, Kat? If you want help, you have to communicate at all levels and let them know, hey, I need your help over here. Stop trying to do it all yourself and get the help that you need, right? Without you stepping in and taking that charge, I feel like you'll still probably be waiting on me to do the first part.
Yeah. And I think one thing that is very interesting is that sometimes if you haven't done something before, you don't know what kind of help you need. Because when we first met, you're like, what I need is how to get started. So what I heard what you said, and I gave you how to get started. But if you haven't done it, you don't know if that's going to be enough. So it's not like you were wrong. It was just that where you are in your business and with your life right now, you don't have the time to do this, right? And I love the fact that eventually I wised up and I'm like, okay, that approach is not working. Maybe I just take over. I became the scribe, and then you gave me the process, and I'm like, okay, now there's the research. This is what I'm putting together, sharing it with you, going back and forth. So how did it feel when I literally like took charge and be like, okay, this is not working. Let me write this book, and then I'll tell you what to do. Like, did you feel like, and you can totally be honest, do you feel like I was taking over, or do you feel like relief that you didn't have to do it anymore?
Honestly, I felt relief. And in terms of not like, oh my God, yeah, she's going to take over and she's going to do it, but more like, I'm getting the help that I asked for. I was not detailed about it. So I feel like in the future, when you want something done, whether it's the book, whether it's help that you need, if you want to go work out and you will have to reach a specific goal, ask for the help. Be very detail oriented of where you're at, where you're trying to be. How much do you really understand, right? So you can actually get the ball moving a little bit faster and not feel so much pressure because you don't know where to get started. I felt overwhelmed not knowing that I needed you more than what I thought I needed you, if that makes sense. And because I train individuals, and my role, right, is as a leader, is to train others, to take up the weight up of someone else, right? So I became coachable, and you told me what to do, and I listened. And I think it made both of our roles, right, as partners, so much easier, and it was more of a relief, right?
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. I think communication was key, because once we understood what the problem was, it was so much easier to be like, oh, you don't have the time, you don't have the bandwidth, and I'm learning this stuff anyway from you. I'm happy to do the research. I already know how to do the writing part. So let's combine our expertise and make it happen. And within 90 days, we did it within 90 days to the dot. The book was finished, which is a very aggressive timeline, but
very.
the fact that it's a workbook. That's on top of that is not only we are giving them the steps, we're giving them the step by step when it comes to business, building business credit, which I don't know why I didn't know more about it. When or how did you find out about business credit? Because I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs don't know even what it is.
So I want to say, I'm going to be very transparent with you. So when I first started my journey with cleaning up my own personal credit, I did more digging, and I fell into the section that started talking about business credit. And to me, it was kind of like, I just brushed it off. It was just the surface of it. I was reading just a little bit, and I brushed it off, and I kind of ignored it. And then I went back to it because I was like, hold up, I'm in business, or at least I'm starting a business, which was business number 3 at the time. And I was like, this is the first time I'm encountering this. There has to be more, right? So I want to say from 2013 into 2014, I started cleaning up my own credit. By 2015, late 2015, I want to say like around November, is when I realized, and I had an interest to learning more about building business credit. And I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of reading. I listened to a lot of individuals that just shared some of the process, some of the growth that they had and success that they had. But no one, when I started the process of building my own business credit, there was nothing out there to actually explain to me from beginning to end how to even get started. Like the basic fundamentals, like no one explained to me. I think most of us that have been in business or started a business or entrepreneurs, I think we all know how to go into the government's website, right, and obtain an EIN number. But that's it, right? And you think, boom, you're a business owner now. Here I get started. But no, there was so much more to it. And to me, it was very interesting to learn and to discover this whole new world that no one really talks about it. And when I say no one, I'm saying that I went to school, I took in 4 different business courses, and at no given moment had they ever discussed this part in any of my classes. And that's when everything started to connect, and that light bulb just came on, and I'm like, there needs to be a book. There needs to be like instructions about this. Like, why isn't there something available to help us entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. That is definitely my experience as well. And I will go even a little further and say that a lot of people, after you find out about it, like what business credit, like a little bit about what business credit is, and you go to Google or YouTube and you start doing the search and figure out what building business credit is, they will tell, they oversimplify it. Oh my God, these are the 7 steps, boom, 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 and a 5-minute video. And they tell you, and in a day, everything will be done and you'll be building business credit. So I bought it. And then I started watching other people, and then every step was different. And they're like, oh, you just do it in a day. And I'm like, in a day? There's some stuff that you have to wait for weeks. So what do you mean you're going to do it in a day? So I think, and I don't think it's malicious. I think it's just because they've done it. They just oversimplify it. But if you're just starting, I was overwhelmed. I'll be honest. I was overwhelmed because you gave me the steps, and I'm like, okay, I need more.
That's the word right there, overwhelmed. We tend to overwhelm ourselves because we're finding all this information, but they're not all in the right steps, right? And I feel like that's the most important part about the reason why we decided to do this book, right? To simplify it the same way that we've been told that it's very simple, but we actually are simplifying it to help individuals. Because we don't want people to get overwhelmed. And I mean, it's already a mixed feeling of emotions when you're an entrepreneur and you're just getting started, right? You don't want them to give up within the next 90 days. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, you don't want it to give up. And also, you don't want it to be, they're not getting a dissertation. They're not getting a PhD on building business credit. No. All you want to do is build business credit for your business and get out. So that's how I like to teach things. Like, I am the teacher easy queen. How do I teach this in a way that you feel that you got your money's worth, but you're not learning things that you don't need to know? Just give me the steps,
Exactly.
and then I'm just gonna implement, and that's it. And I think of course, I'm biased. We have had some people go over it, and they have been able to follow the steps without feeling overwhelmed. And we heard some people saying, "Oh my God, this is easy," which is the
Easy.
best compliment ever.
Yes, I love it because easy is what we all looking for and what we need in the world and the generation that we're obviously like living in right now. Everything is more like fast paced. But we want to make sure that we get it done right the first time around, right? So I'm very
Absolutely.
excited, and I am thrilled that the feedback that we've been hearing is so far a plus plus, A plus plus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Capital Infusion is the name of the book. It's coming out in a few weeks, and maybe by the time you watch this video, it's already out. So how does it feel to be able to add, because you do have a few accolades to your name, how does it feel to say, I am the author of an upcoming book?
Man, how can I say this the most simplest way? I feel accomplished. Like, this is even better than actually getting an actual college degree. So I honestly feel beyond accomplished, and this is like the first of many, right? So I'm excited to just put that extra accomplishment on my name, and for people to know that, hey, I'm the author of X, Y, and Z that's going to make your life, it's going to change your life, and it's going to bring your business to life, and it's going to make everything so much more better and worthy, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm very excited.
It is very exciting, and I'm so excited for you. I know that's something that you wanted to do for a long time, and now we did it. And I think it's really a lesson of, I was saying today on social media, don't learn the shortcuts with time. Like, don't pay for the shortcuts with time, pay with money. And sometimes we're so afraid to invest in ourselves, and time is money, literally. So I'm thankful that I did not, because it's the same for me, right? Like, I could have tried to figure it out by myself and make mistakes. And it's already nerve-wracking because you're signing official documents, you're setting up accounts and stuff, and the last thing you want to do is do it the wrong way. So I was thankful that I didn't, that I could talk to you and text you and say, hey, how about this? How about that? And I knew that I was doing it the right way. So I'm thankful because I was able to learn, and I learned just what I needed to learn, because not to be a super expert, but just to know how to do it for myself and to write it in such a way that people can follow. So it's very, very exciting. So where can people learn more about you and what you're doing? What platform do you like to hang out the most at?
So right now you guys can find me at IG Joany Nuñez 87, or on Facebook, where is Joany Fernandez. My maiden name still is there. You can find me there as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So we'll make sure to put all the links on the blog post and the link so they can grab a copy of the book. The other thing is that the book is also coming out in Spanish, which is awesome. So if you have any entrepreneur friends that speak Spanish, they will be able to also build business credit by following the guide. Because I know sometimes it's hard to follow in another language. So they'll be able to do that. So Joany, thank you so much for being vulnerable, for sharing your heart and where you are. Congratulations with your book.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you everyone in advance for the support. Thank you for plugging in with us. Thank you for watching us. And please share on all your platforms with all your friends, and make sure they get Capital Infusion. It's going to be life-changing for you, for your business, and many more to come, guys. So stay put.
Absolutely. You said it all. Thank you so much. As you know, always get the help that you need. If you're getting help and it's not working, communicate and say, okay, this type of help, it's great, but it's not exactly what I need. There's no shame in that. The sooner you do that, the faster you're going to get the results that you want. So in the meantime, please know that I love you, that I'm rooting for you, and I'm going to see you super duper soon. Bye.